Alright, so today I'm going to talk about some important things I wish I knew when I imported a car. This is the second car I've imported, so just going over the steps I learned along the way.
Money talks.
Alright, so the next topic is going to be your budget. Alright, you can go to sites like this or just Google any auto loan calculator on Google and it'll pop up. Pretty much you just look at how much the car is going to cost. You can change that based on, your down payment or whatever you're thinking. But you just put it in. Oh shoot. Alright, it shows you what your roughly payment's going to be. Just to keep in mind though, most banks won't finance a car that's an antique, pretty much 25 years or older, to import it in the first place. So the max I think I've seen is 60, I think. So it's just one thing to keep in mind. But yeah, great tool to use in order to see roughly how much your payment will be and the interest you'll pay, if you don't pay it off early, pretty much. Alright, so the next step is going to be to find an exporter. Alright, you want to get someone that's over in Japan, preferably, because if you have any questions or anything, they can answer them or show you on the car, anything like that. They'll be there where the car is at. But this is who I went through, Zap Auto Export. It's an American that just relocated over there. He's even got an inventory on his in his warehouse of cars he has that are already available. But yeah, find an exporter. This step is super important because a lot of the exporters are shady. A lot of them do shady business. I'm not going to call anyone out, but just Google it, look on Facebook groups. There's Facebook groups made out that specifically talk about shady importing businesses and stuff they do to hide flaws like rust or just painting over things, or the typical putting lipstick on a pig. Some of them will do that, and you got to remember, you're not there to see the car, so you need to get a reputable one so you can take their word. But this is what I used. Top Rank is another reputable source. A lot of the smaller ones, they might be cheaper. You got to just remember, too good to be true is definitely a thing. So yeah, just something to keep in mind when looking for an exporter. Alright, so the next step is going to be finding a car. JapanPartner.com is a really popular one that I know a lot of people, including myself, used. But let's see, when you go to their site, it takes you here. You can see these popular searches, or just click on whichever make and model you want. What this does is it just finds cars that are in Japan that you can import, pretty much. Some people say you can go straight through these websites to buy a car, but I haven't seen that before. But yeah, just go through and click on the car. It has all the basic info, prices, pictures, etc. The biggest thing is going to be, so they have a description here, but I think at the bottom they can have videos as well. And then like this, remarks. It says, alright, so it wasn't a factory turbo, it's got it swapped. Just important to know, but a lot of different cars like that you can look for here. And another popular option is GooNet. Alright, if you use Google Chrome as your browser, you can come up top and then just click it. And it'll translate it for you. So it doesn't get everything perfectly, but pretty much you can just go down. Show what you're looking for. As always, keep in mind the 25-year rule. But you just go down. Find whatever you're looking for, an old Corolla or something, Supra, etc. With a lot of options because they look everywhere for the cars. I mean, 123,000 Toyotas. Refining it's kind of confusing. Supra, so it'll even find the new ones over there. So you just want to go there. Doing it on the browser is definitely the best. And then just filter it however you want. I just do it by year typically. Narrow it down to the ones that are legal for import already, and just kind of go from there. Alright, so the next part is super important, and this is kind of falls in lines with your exporter, right? Is getting an inspection done. So typically, the car will already have some kind of grade from the auction or the dealership or private party, whatever it is. But you don't want to just take it for that, because just like we can get our own cars, you know, past inspection in the States, they can do that there. So what you want to do is find an external inspection site. So here are just a bunch of pictures and stuff. I got pictures and videos, like, I don't know, 100 pictures and multiple videos of any and everything. Mainly just show the actual condition, like door jams, engine bay, underneath. He sent me a good amount from what he could see in the parking lot. He went back, got my car on a lift, got pictures underneath it, you know, any and everything I could think of, and some, like, little crevices. I asked him to look in the trunk under the liner so I could see where the spare tire was. Take the spare tire out so I can see it. Just anything that it might be a problem. Let's see, suspension components. Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, I got a lot of pictures, the engine bay, a lot of close-up stuff. Exhaust. I got the pinch welds as well. Any kind of issues he pointed out, you know, would take a picture of it and point his finger at it like that. You know, it would chip in the paint or something, because my car was repainted. So you definitely want to get a thorough inspection done from like a third-party source if you can. Any exporter should know a person or a place that can get it done. So essentially, he got the exporter's information. Oh, not the exporter, the inspector's information. He sent my information to him, and then lined up going out. We lined up a time. He was there. I FaceTimed him. I saw anything I could ask for. He took all the pictures I could ask for, like that. You can see the pinch welds and everything. You know, surface rust or bad cases of rust. My biggest thing I always read online was look by the strut towers for rust, and under like where the windshield cowl is. So I asked him to specifically go look at those things and take pictures and everything. There's the ad, right? So this is where I found my car we talked about before, GooNet. This was when I found it. This was a site I used. It was at a dealership. Kind of pricey, but I mean, this is how it looked, you know, back when I was looking through everything to get it. So yeah, get your inspector. I sent him the link, told him a bunch of things I wanted to look at, and he went above and beyond. You know, probably over the course of 30, 45 minutes, he was there with the car. Especially when he got it on the lift, talked with the dealer getting on a lift to get pictures and videos for me. Super useful. You know what you're getting. He started the car. I asked him to go through all the lights, all the things I would need for it to pass inspection when it arrives. You know, going through the lights, the horn, the windshield wipers, brake lights, things like that. A lot of people don't do that, and the car arrives and they can't get it to pass inspection, so they can't even drive it. I didn't want to deal with any of that stuff. And sometimes if you find that stuff ahead of time, maybe you can bargain with the price. But yeah, the more you know. Alright, so next you want to get a full breakdown of your invoice, alright? So it shows the car and pretty much every other thing you're going to be paying for. The exporter I used a Flywire. You kind of logged in with your bank and just put in your bank info. It was a little sketchy. This is where a trusted exporter is a good idea. It breaks everything down, and yep, you just send the money and then it'll clear and your balance will go down to 0, and then at that point your exporter will get the ball rolling for your car to ship out.
3 weeks later, many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new
Alright, so at this point, you took delivery of your car, whether at your house or you picked it up at port. Alright, so 2 big things to remember is that your car has been sitting for a while now. And typically to get on a boat, you need an eighth or under a quarter or under an eighth of fuel in your car. So it's got a little bit of fuel, and the fuel is pretty old. It's probably been a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 months since your car was last filled up with any gas, not including if it's at an auction or a dealership or anything like that. Add fuel to the car. Add fuel. I would do a walk around video with the car just in case there's some discrepancies with your exporter. But other than that, add fuel in the car. Check the oil level. Let it idle for a little bit. Just do basic checks, don't get too excited, just so that nothing goes wrong with the car. And then as soon as you get the opportunity, do that basic maintenance, oil change, spark plugs, all that. Like I said, just from sitting, you want the car to run good. You don't know the condition of it, or to an extent, what happened to it before it got on a boat. So basic maintenance, get gas, walk around the video, just do a good inspection of it.